Pompeii is an ancient city located near Naples, Italy, and is a famous site which attracts millions of visitors a year. Pompeii, along with Herculaneum and the surrounding area, was buried under 4 to 6 metres of volcanic ash and pumice in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Pompeii was a wealthy town with many fine public buildings and luxurious houses. The ruined city that can be seen today is largely Roman, but Pompeii can trace its origins back to a much earlier time, to the 8th century BC, when the Oscans founded 5 villages in the area. By 524 BC, the Etruscans had arrived in the area and took control of the city until 474 BC, when the Greek city of Cumae allied with Syracuse and defeated the Etruscans at the Battle of Cumae. Around 424 BC, the Samnites conquered the Greek city of Cumae and Pompeii came under new rulership, but after the Samnite Wars from 290 BC, Pompeii was forced to accept Roman rule and eventually became part of Rome's territory after Pompeii rebelled against Rome in the social wars of 91 to 87 BC. Under Roman rule, Pompeii flourished until 79 AD, when it disappeared from the pages of history. The eruption in 79 AD was one of the deadliest in European history and lasted for 2 days. The only surviving eyewitness account of the event consists of 2 letters by Pliny the Younger, who was 17 at the time of the eruption, who wrote his letters to the historian Tacitus some 25 years after the event. Pliny the Younger was with his uncle at Misenum, across the Bay of Naples. In his first letter, Pliny details from witnesses of his uncle's death, while the second letter details his own observations. On the 24th of August, about 1 in the afternoon, my mother desired him to observe a cloud which appeared of a very unusual size and shape. The cloud, from which mountain was uncertain at this distance, was ascending, the appearance of which I cannot give you a more exact description of than likening it to that of a pine tree, for it shot up to a great height in the form of a very tall trunk, which spread itself out at the top into a sort of branches, occasioned, I imagine, either by sudden gusts of air that impelled it, the force of which decreased as it advanced upwards, or the cloud itself being pressed back again by its own weight, expanded in the manner I have mentioned. It appeared sometimes bright, sometimes dark and spotted. There had been noticed for many days before a trembling of the earth, which did not alarm us much, as this was quite an ordinary occurrence in Campania, but it was so particularly violent that night that it was not only shook but actually overturned, as it would seem, everything about us. The sea seemed to roll back upon itself and to be driven from its banks by the convulsive motion of the earth. It is certain at least the shore was considerably enlarged and several sea animals were left upon it. On the other side, a black and dreadful cloud with rapid zigzag flashes. Revealed behind it variously shaped masses of flame. These were like sheet lightning, but much larger. You might hear the shrieks of women, the screams of children, and the shouts of men, some calling for their children, others for their parents, others for their husbands, and seeking to recognise each other by the voices that replied, one lamenting his own fate, another that of his family, some wishing to die from the very fear of death, some lifting their hands to the gods, but the greater part convinced that there were now no gods at all, and the final endless night of which we have all heard had come upon the world. Over the following centuries, Pompeii faded from memory, its location forgotten. Pompeii remained mostly untouched until 1748, when a group of explorers looking for ancient artifacts arrived in the area and began to dig. They found that the ashes had acted as a marvellous preservative. Pompeii was almost as it had been almost 2,000 years before. Organic remains, including wooden objects and human bodies, were entombed in the ash. Over time, they decayed, leaving voids which archaeologists used for moulds to make plaster casts of unique, and often gruesome, figures in their final moments of life. There has been numerous excavations over the years, each slowly revealing a little more of Pompeii. To date, 2/3 of the city have been uncovered, which makes you wonder what else lies hidden beneath the ash. Mount Vesuvius still dominates the area and remains active to this day. According to the experts, a massive eruption like in 79 AD can happen around every 2,000 years and is now overdue, threatening the modern day city of Naples. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye.